Hello, founders. So you have found the hidden gem. I'm the UX guy, Arin. But today I'm actually going to explain you and kind of reveal to you that why 91.45, or to be frank, 92% of the all apps and products lose their users in the first 7 days of them signing up or literally downloading the app or signing up the product. And that is massive. So that's like essentially every single app or product out there essentially lose users. And if you really understand that, how hard it is to acquire the users, how much you have to literally mess around to acquire that, and you just literally lose them. That's like so if someone actually try to catch some fishes, or westerners try to catch fishes, that's like a hole in the net. You try all these different tactics, but the users just leak out. That is never to be happened. That should never happen, honestly, but that happens very frankly a lot. Because and majorly the founders don't really spend any amount of time actually thinking about this thing, and they just think about marketing, marketing, marketing with this leakage systems. But you have to understand that any product or any business, because I'm in business as well, so we understand the systems and frameworks generally. So any business or any product essentially is built upon built upon systems. Sorry, so it's built upon systems. It's built upon frameworks, and you just expand later on. So you have to really improve systems and frameworks, and user experience is literally the system and framework for your app, not your features. I want to repeat this again. Unless and until you're literally building a time machine, because I have a background in physics, so I'm gonna really take this as a reference. But unless and you're building literally something really revolutionary, your feature is just not your USP. Your experience has to be the lifeline of supporting your very like replicable USP or a feature that you have. You can be a chatbot app, you can be a fintech app, you can be a fitness routine app, you can be any software as a service that you have, like literally anything. Just improve your user experience. And generally most of the users actually leak out because they don't really see what they have to see. So today we're actually going to really focus on real breakdowns and like examples and data, and real user psychology, tactical redesigns, and how it can really double the retention, triple the engagement for some of the teams we have worked with, and some of the teams we have actually consulted on this. And even in mature apps this happens. So this is just not for the early stage, but even in mature apps. So first of all, cognitive load, onboarding and first click. Now, here's what you have to understand. So, this is one of the examples. So, and one health tracker app that we knew had seven-step onboarding, profile setup, this and that, before they even showed the core functionality of their product. Literally, they didn't even show the core functionality of the product, and they had literally seven steps, I guess, multiple steps of onboarding. So users really leaked out right from the beginning, and they were like, okay, from the main page, I'm having these many conversions. Like from the Play Store iOS, I'm having like maybe 6%, 7%, 10% for their case. These are the kind of conversions, and no one is actually signing up. What's the issue? First 30 seconds, snap judgment. Users judge the app because they have invested their time, they have invested their data. To be honest, even if you think that it's 50 MB, this and that, for them it's like they're trusting a stranger for their app. Out of the blue, they recommended this, drink more water, water journal app, or probably any kind of software for like AI agent or chatbot software. Why would they trust you? You trust yourself, do you? They won't, honestly. That's the catch. You have to really, really understand this, funda. Now, so the solution is generally, for our case, what we generally work with is actually, breaking the onboarding into contextual pieces. And contextual pieces, what I mean is that, so let me actually just give you a very brief example for this thing. So the entire onboarding, you kind of have the necessity onboarding parts in one part, and whatever is not necessary and not linking to a pain or problem, that kind of stuff, you put in on a tutorial, and you have a CT in between that. So that's like really like 2 to 3 screens right in the beginning. At the same time, you get all the information you have to get. At the same time, you also remind them of the pain, etc. reasons, and then you have the CTA to go to the sign up page. Or if you want to know more about the app before actually signing up, this is the like overall you know tutorial, etc. In my background, you may be actually hearing the sounds of cattles, and it's because I'm in India. So it's actually really great sound, to be honest. I live in the countryside regions. But yeah, so actually removing three onboarding screens and actually contextualizing, like really segregating the overall kind of screens would really improve the retention dramatically. Like right away, it was like overnight success for them. So you have to show the value first, and you have to slowly disclose things up, even in the product, or even in the product space, or even in our space. I cannot really explain you how we actually improve apps or softwares and the user experience. We cannot really reveal every single thing. There has to be some vagueness in that to actually hook the users on for a curiosity. You have to hook them users to the end, and then the user experience and the designs and the overall psychology takes them. So for that period, you have to really disclose things slowly. And another main trap is that loops don't feel like progress. So repetitive interactions, like repetitive interactions of payment transactions, this and that, and not having some kind of cards or some kind of, what do you call that? So like if someone pays something from Paytm or GPay, they have this whatever, this card or such kind of, I don't know what you call them, to be honest. What's that? I'm really sorry, I just forgot it. uh that's like that is the reason, I'm just totally focused on this thing. I do not really spend a lot of this and that or transactions. But yeah, like whatever kind of gift cards or whatever you get from transactions. So adding that actually kind of makes the user feel like there is a progress rather than any repetitive interactions. If they are actually chatting, you have to show an animation to seem like there is something going on rather than just repetitive interactions. So you have to full life in it. Like financial apps where input expenses but offers no feedback, no visual progression. Like this is where graphs are very important. Users crave progress. People crave progress. If you want to take just one main note from this exact video, people crave progress. Genuinely, people crave progress. They have their pain, you have your product. Seem like you are the journey for them to get from their pain current state to the goal state, and your product helps with that, and literally show them a progress. They're never going anywhere. They will literally use your app till the end. And dramatically improvement. So we have this weekly improvement cards with normal graphs. So graphs is very important now. It's very important to actually really understand how and why to put the graphs or where to put the graphs, because graphs can be a very good tool to be put on at like premium stuffs. So this is very important. But yeah, retention really improved in the first 2 weeks. Now, so the lost user, no intentional pathing. Now, too many apps just drop users into a dashboard with action no guided action path. So they're just like, that's where onboarding and overall usage really aligns the user with the value proposition. So you have to build the user's perception. You have to build the user genuinely. So you have to build the users during the process, and it's very important for you to understand this exact concept. But like for example, B2B SaaS where the dashboard is just a wall of numbers and graphs with no CTA, like what exactly do you do? Now, for example, Instantly is this email kind of platform, automation platform. When you actually sign up for that, even if you get in the main dashboard, they have this tutorial which you just cannot skip. Now, with people who actually sign up multiple times, have multiple accounts, whatever, that seems like very vague. Why cannot I skip? But that introduces the dashboard so nicely that you just know every single component of the dashboard. There's like a long-term fruit, to be honest. So guide the users exactly how things are. So have CTA, etc. And confused users freeze. Giving them multiple options, giving them multiple stuff, etc. would like hypothetically and theoretically sound very like smart, very genius kind of stuff, but it's not. Give them a next move, like what exactly to do, what button to select, what exactly feature to do right away, and literally, UI and UX is everything for this. And we are adding actually three guided steps in the overall CRM tool that we were working in. Really improved the overall retention first of all, and then the conversions later on. So if you improve the retention, the conversions directly improves. But yeah, overall, whatever the trial initially was, that it improved the overall conversions by multiple percentages. And like the 33% is actually very less, to be honest, with what we have seen in the SaaS or whatever kind of stuff we have actually consulted or improved on. But yeah, that's like the bare minimum. And most of the SaaS actually lose their conversions, like seriously. So and so how visual hierarchy messes with memory. This is a bonus. So most UIs use too many competing visuals, weights, making the interface feel noisy. And I've taken, for this bonus, I've taken the kind of help from ChatGPT. But yeah, this actually makes sense, and I had to choose it. So generally, most UIs use too many competing visual weights, and this is which hierarchy comes in place. So you have to create the overall structure of the visuals. So if you see me, you see my face, you see my hands gestures, you see my shirt, and you see the background, and you see the value that's coming on top. So these are multiple layers of structures that you're seeing, like that that takes account in the visual stimulus, and that takes account in the vocal stimulus, that takes account in the directional stimulus, like literally directions, and that take an account of them from the judgment stimulus, like what exactly are you judging me from, exactly. So visual chunking, remove the visual chunking, hit slow, etc. The more choices of loud UI elements, the slower and less confident the decision is, and literally they paralyze. This is called user paralysis or decision paralysis, which is caused by multiple options and loud UI elements. For an example, if I didn't had this bold stuff, now this seems like what to do and what to not. And if I even really uh like decrease the overall size over here, it would be absolutely different, you know so guide them, that's essentially. And one primary action per screen, use consistent spacing, this and that. And for meditation apps, essentially for health tech apps, this is absolutely important. Health tech, absolutely important. Like literally your churn, your issues can literally be fixed if you just have a good enough design, to be very very frank. For meditation or health tech, either SaaS or an app, UI UX, yeah, this is me. But yeah, if you want a free UX audit for your app or SaaS, we can get it done. And yeah, just drop a message, drop a comment or whatever, or contact me on my LinkedIn. This is my LinkedIn. Yeah, you'll get my face. Yeah, so yeah, thank you for watching, and see you soon.